What it do? Eisner's Tactical back another video, man. Hope everybody's doing well. Before I get started, just want to say YouTube, I'm in a safe control environment. This firearm's unloaded. There's no ammunition. There's no women and children around. The room I'm in by myself. Yeah, man. Back here, man, chilling. I was just getting cleaning my gun and everything, and I was watching YouTube, and I scrolled across the, guy was doing a video on his new firearm. I'm not gonna say what it is because I don't want to make somebody think I don't like that gun or nothing. But and he was saying he went on to say like, "Oh yeah, this is the Glock killer." And I was just like, "Damn! Like, how many Glock killer videos has there been?" And he was talking about like this is the new Glock killer, and he was talking about his gun and all this kind of stuff, and it was like I was like, okay, all right, the Glock killer. Glock killer, okay. And it was a nice gun and everything, but I just started thinking like, because now I'm old, man, and it's like I've been seeing so many Glock killer videos. Like every year, there's a new gun out, or every 6 months, damn near, a new gun comes out that's supposed to be the Glock killer. So I'm just thinking like, this gun right here. They say like you got 9 lives. This gun got about 40 lives. Like what I'm saying, it's like every year somebody comes out with a gun and try to take this gun out. It's kind of like this gun got a lot of ops. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out to try to take this gun out, and it's just funny to me, man, because I just like, damn, like you mean there's that many people that manufacturers out there that go all out above and beyond just to outbeat this Glock 19 right here. And so it's kind of cool. I kind of, most people follow my channel. If you're not, I pretty much, I'm not afraid to say I'm a Glock fan. I like the Glock pistol. All my guns pretty much are Glocks except for maybe one or two. So, and I've been with them for quite a while. And the only reason why I really kind of still buy Glocks and it's still going to be my choice of buying firearms is because I got so vested into it with so many different models. And now I got a whole bunch of 9mm, so I have all these magazines. And for me, that's the whole thing, is that I don't want to have to buy a whole bunch of mags for different guns and stuff like that. And that's one of the things I like about Glock. All their mags are interchangeable, but just certain with all the generations and whatnot. But anyway, that's one of the many reasons why. But mostly just familiarity, and that's the gun that I bought, and and I just been rolling with them since then. But my point is, I just like I said, this video, the Glock killer is like, it's just amazing to me, like how many guns out there that were actually designed. I don't even know if that's ever been done before. Has it been a lot of guns? I mean, can anybody name a gun that has been, another gun was built off of it, a prototype of it, so to speak, to make it better? I mean, I don't even know if that's even been done, like far as like as many times as Glock has been, gun has been put out to compete against it. So it was just something that was crossing my mind. I was just wondering, like, does anybody know of a gun that had a whole shit ton of prototypes to try to outbeat the original, so to speak? Now I know, like for shotguns, there's a lot of clone Benellis. There's a lot of clone MP5s. So there are a few. Sorry about the bump in the camera. There are definitely a few companies. I mean, a few firearms that have been mimicked or cloned to try to beat the original version of it. So I was just curious though. I can't think. I know there's been a lot of shotguns and short barrel rifles and PCCs and stuff like that, like Scorpion clones and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just curious though, man. Like it's like, man, how many companies? Like, geez, it's a lot of companies that spend a lot of effort to try to take this gun out, like to make it better. And I just think that's amazing, man. It's nice to know that you got the one that everybody wants to take out, so to speak. So it was just a topic that I just thought was interesting, and I just thought I'd bring it up. Like damn, like how many guns have been produced that your competitors just every year just keep trying and trying to make this gun better, make a better gun, a better version of it, so to speak, I guess. So that makes it an amazing firearm when you look at it from that perspective, like, whether you like it or not. clear firearm, whether you like it or not. There's manufacturers that they go to the drawing board every year to try to make a pistol that is better than this pistol right here. And what they're chasing the, you know, attachments and all that kind of stuff. But the problem is that, they're gonna put like better serrations and all that kind of, like Glock just did MOS and all that. They're gonna try to go from that approach of giving you more, accessorizing it and all that kind of stuff out of the box and giving you more things. But the one thing they can't really do, because they don't have time on their side, is the reliability. They don't have that all these years of reliability, which makes make this pistol even more incredible, because there's manufacturers that have been putting guns out for a longer period of time than Glock, but they've already gave them the nod as the most reliable one. You see what I'm saying? There's been striker fires out before Glock, but the mere fact that all these years of reliability proven by so many agencies and military, there's nothing they can do about it but say, yeah, it's the most reliable one. And I think that's part of the allure of other manufacturers trying to make a gun that looks better, more accessorized, more on the commercial market, for the commercial market, a little bit more friendlier as far as giving you more stuff. But they just can't really say that it's going to be more reliable than the Glock 19. That's all I'm getting at. That's the one thing they can't say. They can say, oh yeah, we give you a better trigger. Sure, there's a lot of companies that give you a better trigger. We give you more on the slide, than we give you cutouts and all that. Sure you do. You can go on and on and on. We give you better sights, what I'm saying? We have a better grip angle, our rail we have more rail accessories for you, more rail slots to put more things on. Our takedowns and all this stuff is more, whatever, thumb safeties and all that. They always going to try to give you more of that. But they can't say, though, is that it's going to be more reliable. That's one thing they can't say. And then they also can't say the aftermarket compatibility. They'll never be able to say that, oh, our gun has more aftermarket capability than any other pistol on the market. They can never say that. So there's a lot of things they could do, but then there's a couple things they can never say or do because of that longevity, of that reliability, and so many people and so many agencies touching this firearm and having great success under temperature, just round count in general, parts not breaking and failing, and the simplicity. They all stole the takedown. They all stole how to break it down and all that stuff. So, just something I was thinking about, like, the Glock killer. I was like, damn, another one. I mean, it's kind of like, it's almost like laughable now because, when you see Glock killer, it's going to be a Glock failure, because I remember when the Echelon came out and everybody said, oh, it's the Glock killer. That thing ain't killing Glock. Are you kidding me? Ain't nothing against the Echelon, but stop that nonsense. Just like this new one came out, the Canik or whatever, it's like the Glock killer. It ain't gonna kill this gun. This gun is damn near made out of Teflon. This gun is not going down. This is the villain that will never die. It's gonna be always the most reliable pistol on the market. It's always gonna be the most popular pistol. I mean, you say Glock, people automatically know firearm. Nobody else can do that. You know what I'm saying? You say Smith & Wesson, someone might think you're talking about a law firm. Yeah, they ain't gonna automatically think like, oh, that's a gun company. They ain't gonna know that. Ruger, they might think you talking about an actor or a movie or something. You say Canik, they might think you talking about a drink, a vodka or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But you say Glock, and you can go all the way down to like a 9-10-year-old. They gonna know it's a pistol, and so that popularity alone keeps all the haters away and the Glock killers away. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna kill the villain? How you gonna kill the big guy on the block? How you gonna take him out? You know what I'm saying? The guy that's gonna take him out is gonna have his gun. They ain't even gonna have your gun. How you gonna do that? No, I'm just clowning. But yeah, man, I just want to come on and just, give props out to the Glock 19. You know what I'm saying? You can't be having no Glock killer, man. Stop all that nonsense. Glock killer. What you gonna do? I mean, what are you actually going to make that's going to kill this gun? We got mag capacity all over the place. You got 15 round mags. You got 17 round mags. You got 33, 32, 24. Come on, man. You ain't killing this gun, man. Stop that shit, man. Like the Glock killer. Just say you made it a good pistol, man. Hey, man, this gun's pretty cool, man. Hey, I'm thinking about getting a Glock 19. Check this gun out, though. It's pretty nice. Go that route, but don't be saying this is better than Glock. That's when you know it ain't better than Glock. Because if you got to tell somebody, then it ain't really better. You should just go in the store saying, man, give me that new whatever, give me that. You ain't supposed to go in there saying you can't. The gun guys shouldn't be saying, hey man, this gun right here is better than the Glock pistol. That's a bad sign. That gun probably ain't better than a Glock pistol just because of the fact the way he's presented it to you. So just something to think about, man. So if you're thinking about, I ain't suggesting anybody buy this. First of all, but I don't work for Glock. They ain't never sent me shit. This is I paid for this with my own money. So I'm just, in case anybody wondering, all this Glock stuff you see I got, I paid for it all with my own money. No sirree, Bob. They don't send me nothing. So this is not a paid advertising. This is just coming from one brother that just happened to know what he talking about when it comes to reliability. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't no Navy SEAL, all that shit. But I tell you what, I ain't never owned a Glock that didn't go bang when I pulled the trigger. And that's all that matters to me. I don't care about all that blockiness and boring this, boring that shit. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it. But yeah, man, let's stop it. Let's stop the Glock. Can we please agree there was never going to be no Glock killer, you know, unless you're going to just give me a real definition of what a Glock killer is. But if you thinking you're going to actually conjure up some little plan to make a pistol that is better than this right here, with this configuration at a 4.02 inch barrel, striker fire pistol, you are out of your mind. You wasting a whole lot of time, because even if you did create something like that, you ain't gonna convince a whole market that it's better than this. This is the ultimate right here. Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS is the ultimate. This is it right here, the granddaddy of them all. This the Rose Bowl. No, man, I'm just clouded, man. But anyway, man, I just want to jump in and just point that out because I saw that little video, Glock killer. I was just like, man, not again. It's kind of like, here comes that dude coming down the street talking about he can play hoop, saying, bouncing this ball, and then, everybody in the park, he comes in, everybody say, oh, man, can I get on? Can I get on? You don't pick him. Man, come on, dude. You know what I'm saying? Glock come down the street, everybody picking him. This is the one that everybody's going to pick up when they go in a gun shop, okay? Let's just be honest with you. And you can't get mad at him either, saying, like, why you pick that gun up? Why do you want the Glock? You'll never hear nobody say, why did you buy a Glock? You know what I'm saying? It's just something that ain't gonna never happen. I'm just clowning, but it's just something you ain't never gonna hear. You ain't never gonna hear, why'd you buy a Glock? You know what I'm saying? You pick up some other shit, they gonna be like, man, don't buy that. Well, I ain't gonna say no names, but what's that gun be shooting people? You know what I'm saying? You might get somebody to say, don't buy that, but you ain't gonna never hear nobody say, don't buy a Glock. I took. By the way, I took this beltless receiver off because I've been wearing shorts with a belt lately, and these clips you don't really need this if you got a belt on. You know what I'm saying? So I took that off, took those clips off, and yeah, that's what I like about the Alias beltless receiver. You can wear this is for like jogging pants and stuff like that. But lately I've been wearing shorts with a belt loop, so I've been wearing my core belt. So I took those clips off because, yeah, man, it's more comfortable. This is too bulky, because you got a belt and this on. You just need this when you got joggers. So yeah, man. Yeah, I just wanted to just come in and clown that real quick, man. Talk about that little Glock nonsense, man. Let me know what y'all think. Just for the fun of it, name your Glock killer gun. name the pistol that's better than this. In this configuration, 4-inch barrel, go ahead and name your Glock killer for me, man. I'll stand by. I'll definitely answer the comments. But name your little Glock killer, though. All right, man. Y'all stay blessed, man. Yeah, no hard feelings now. Don't eat me up in the comment box. No hard feelings, man. Everybody stay blessed. Peace.